We're at the Accenture HQ in Woodmead, and we're here for the Technology Vision Report for 2016. And it's quite an interesting report because despite the fact that we've got all of this innovation and disruption around us, they're saying that the organizations that will succeed going forward, especially this year, are the organizations that put people first and looking at the people in the organization and making the difference in how they innovate and how they succeed.
There are 5 trends that I'll unpack one at a time. They are very simply intelligent automation, liquid workforce, platform economy, predictable disruption, and digital trust. What I'll start by telling you is that these aren't international trends only applicable in Europe or North America. Every one of these trends are applicable right here, right now. The question for us as organizations is how do we take on the challenge of changing how we think, right? And there's a concept I will talk about over and over again called separating the what from the how. What you are in the marketplace, what you represent to your clients, to your customers, to your citizens, and how you execute it has to be fundamentally questioned. If there are inefficiencies in what we do, what are some of the strategies of rethinking this?
Lee Nike is the Managing Director for Accenture Digital, and in this technology vision outlook that is given for 2016, a strong focus on people. Now, why people specifically? I know that the Internet of Things is there, big data is there, but your focus on the vision for 2016 has been about people.
Absolutely. We've seen over the last 3 years that technology is clearly disrupting the way we work. Now the clear question is, what does it mean for the people? So in this year's approach, we clearly have the big 5 trends from a tech perspective, but what does it mean for how we organize work? And what we've found is that how we go to market is separate to how we organize ourselves on the inside. So these trends for the first time challenge that people dynamic. So we ask the question, when we talk about intelligent automation, what are the implications for people in 2 parts? One, could we elevate their roles and responsibilities, let them become more creative and more value creating while allowing some of these intelligent robots and systems to do some of the work? And equally asking the question, could these same individuals orchestrate some of the outcomes we want in a highly digital work where either organizations' technology components or those of a broader ecosystem could deliver some of the services they need?
Despite the fact that there's an economic recession and budgets are tight around the world, now is the time for organizations to innovate and look at themselves within and look at themselves from the outside and how to do things better.
Absolutely. Organizations need to reconsider how they go about their businesses. There are many things that they're inefficient at. In a world where we now have these platforms connecting organizations with a larger ecosystem, could they become a net consumer of services that allow them to deliver services in the marketplace in a more efficient and effective way? I guess the key thing to take away on this point is that you can coexist together with other partners, both in the informal and formal economy, to change both how you do work in the marketplace, but how you change your relevance and drive your top-line business, but also by addressing things like unemployment and further upliftment of the economy by the greater ecosystem. If everyone does well, you as an organization will also do well.
What's your take on this year's theme at Davos? The 4th industrial revolution, the 4th big whatever they're calling it. This is the next big disruptor. How does this fit into what you and your vision is all about this year?
I think these are very closely aligned. Coming back from WEF, we're always seeing many organizations follow what we call Kaizen principles. The likes of Siemens are starting to reinvigorate how they leverage intelligent automation and this disruptive technology and how they execute. And they, like many other organizations, are starting to ask, how do people play a role in orchestrating the outcomes we want? What we've clearly learned over the last 5 or 6 years is that the creative and social intelligence orchestrating new ways of working isn't something that machines can do for us right now. And as we start to elevate the capabilities individuals have, it allows them to come up with new products, new services, like those conceived in the 4th industrial revolution. If you go back to the point of your business model versus your operating model, if we start to understand who we are in the marketplace, who represents our what, our proposition, and if we ask ourselves, how do we deliver on it? When we start to consider that what we do right now may not be the very best, you may find that your competitor does it better than you could. Could you leverage a commoditized part that you can't do as well as your competitor to free up your resources, to improve your efficiency to make that happen? When we talk about the platform economy, we have a way to empower job creation in the country. We have jobs or unemployment in excess of 25.5%. Could I find a way to empower this ecosystem of unemployed individuals? A good example, a large international map provider wants to confirm the locations of a key hotspot throughout the country, be it a hospital or a quick service restaurant, but they don't have a specific view as to where the restaurant is. What they would do is go on to Money for Jam and say, we're looking for 50 people, or we're looking for people generally to go out to a certain hospital, a certain facility, and confirm the physical GPS location. All they'd have to do is go to the site and click a single button that confirms the GPS spot, and we pay them 30 rands or 50 rand. It's very simple. It's crowdsourcing, it's very agile, it's very responsive. Suddenly Money for Jam is a net contributor to the economic uplift of our country. They've taken international business, found local ways to empower our people. What's interesting about Money for Jam is they built on the WeChat platform. The WeChat platform has hundreds of millions of people on it. If that business works in South Africa, why wouldn't that scale globally? And that's an important point. That disruption can start in South Africa. Some of the context within which we live in South Africa, some of our platforms for change are probably more robust and more proficient in informing global ways of working.
It's amazing, Toby, that every single company in the world today is facing challenges.